Mic's on. Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Let's see if this is actually streaming. Looks good. Let's see if this is actually... Yay! Getting better at it. Good morning. It is coming up on 11:30 here in London. We have some high cumulus, alto cumulus, I would have thought. Blue sky, peeking between them. I would say maybe 50-50 on blue to white sky. The sun is making its way through the haze. Maybe, I don't know, 20 degrees, 90 degrees out there. So a pleasant London day. But this is our 1301 in No Man's Sky. I don't know why I'm looking at the clock here. My name is Mark. I am your pilot, and I'm guiding you through the inky blackness of space. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it does. Primarily because space is not inky black in No Man's Sky. Specifically, it is multicolored, it is vibrant. I was going to say viridescent there, causing myself to be almost a hypocrite. We are still playing around with the... That looks like it's floating. Is it floating? I'm just looking at the save punt. Looks like this bit of ledge here, look at my pointer here, is a little bit higher than this bit of ledge. But it looks really high up. I think it is floating. I can't... I'm not sure. I'm going to move it. I can't see any difference. Maybe it's just big. Can I shrink it? No. As I'm here, we're going to do the... Yeah. No, we're not. I'm going to talk about what I decided I'm going to do. I want to get to know my crew, or my freighter. I'm going to channel my inner Annie Austin, who, if you don't know, does wonderful content on video games and just sort of the reality of them, or the practicalities of them. He's done videos on where do the power lines go in GTA, where do the rivers go in Breath of the Wild, that sort of thing, and they're fascinating, and I really like his content. So I was thinking last night. I've been thinking a while about my crew on the freighter. And I don't know who they are. I know some names, good old She at the front. I know that the navigators always change. If you move to a new system, you get a new navigator. So I don't think their crew. They are some of the crew. Yeah, some of the crew are linked to the system you're in. The guys on the flight deck are linked to the system you're in and represent the race of the system you're in. I don't think they're my crew. I don't think they come with the ship. Or there's I don't know. I want to find out. So I'm going to spend time talking to everybody on my freighter, and then I'm not going to do it in real time, but then build a database, because I'm a data guy, of those people, and I will see who are the returning heroes, who are the ones that come back, and who are temporary. I don't know. I'm a bit fascinated by this. And then I thought, okay, well that's well, what about your settlements? And I think, yeah, why not do it for the settlements as well? I have two settlements, Dalanta's Crossing and OooadOOewfield, which is my autophage settlement. And one of those settlements has over 100, according to the data, has over 100 people in it, which is Dalanta's Crossing. And the autophage settlement has, I think, 20. So one's going to be easier than the other. I think it's kind of spurred on because yesterday, due to the Beacons update, we had some new content around settlement decision that you make as an overseer. A child was born in Dalanta's Crossing, but that's never happened before. I've never seen that, and I got to name that child. And obviously I don't get to see that child. We've yet to see any female representation in No Man's Sky. Sean, come on now. You could argue maybe the Atlases, but you know, all Gek, all Korvax, all Viking seem to be male. There doesn't seem to be any distinguished. I would say distinguishation, but that's not a word. There doesn't seem to be differences that I can pick up on as a player between gender of those races, if they exist. And when in reading the content, they all seem to be male. Minor critical point there, you know. Come on, we live in a modern world. It would be good, especially with the settlements, where even if you had a dominant patriarchal society, as I perceive the Vikings to be, in the settlements, you should see women Viking and children Viking. We're not going to, not with the state of the games in at the moment in time, but I think generally going forward it would be a good thing to do. And it was, I was surprised by the settlement decision I had to make yesterday. I was delighted that I got to name the child. I would love to have seen that child. I would love to see a baby Viking, wouldn't you? Come on, that would be so cute. I would like to see more women Gek, without doubt. Maybe, you know, maybe we are seeing male and female Gek, and we just can't tell the difference between them. Korvax could be considered asexual because they are a robot race. Not really a robot race, but they live in automated carapaces. What are they called? Korvax casings. And those entities, they don't breed in a traditional manner. They have entities which move between these casings. And they're all connected to a hive. So, yeah, okay, we can forgive the Korvax for not having gender. I think autophage do have a gender, maybe. They definitely seem to have more shape to them, bodily wise. So that's interesting as well. So I'm going to try. I'm going to do the daily roundup, and then I'm going to go around the freighter and try to talk to everybody. And then when I do the VOD, I'll make notes of all the things that we find out. We will find crew that are from the frigates rather than the ship. That will be. They appear. They're here. And my squadron, I know they're hanging around. But yeah, let's find out. Let's try and figure this out. I don't know if anybody else has done this. Maybe they have. If you have seen content relating to this, Is somebody else as ridiculously boring as me? I don't know. Anyway, I think it's my responsibility as captain of this. Well, no, I'm not the captain. I'm the owner, I'm the proprietor. The captain is the person up there. She. Is it she or Shri? See? Don't even know. Ridiculous. And you know, as a responsible owner of this vessel, I think it's important for me to know who the crew are, so I can give good, consolidated feedback. All right. So that's going to happen. I didn't send the frigates out. Look at that. So we can. I'll nip over to parking lot. Pick up my agriculture. Coffee is still from El Salvador. It's still Bosquelea. That's BOSQUE space LYA, I think, or LEA. It's so good. It's so nutty. Yeah. Real biscuit bite to it. Another thing which I don't think I could do any content on this, but the diversity of races on space stations, always interesting. Space stations seem to be these places of peace, regardless of the conflict level, which it's not stated who the conflict is between, but it's presumed, I presume, it's pirate and whoever the dominant species is. How did I do that? I think because I'm carrying a few panes of glass while I upgrade the various buildings. Okay, heat capacitors, polyfiber. But when you get to a space station, everybody's, there's always a good mix of races. Yes, the actual different individual stalls and shops and services are staffed by the race of the system, but the people hanging about are normally a mixture of Korvax, Gek and Viking. Right, let's nip back to my ship now that's done. And that always interests me because if the conflict level was 3, you'd expect tensions to be high aboard the space station. I immediately thought when it referred to conflict in a star system, it would be conflict between the races, because if you follow the individual lore stories around Gek and the Viking and the Korvax, it is one of conflict. They fought for dominance, they lost, and now there is peace. But yes, but the war, the history between the Gek and the Korvax is very troubled. The Viking are a warrior race. Alright. But, speaking on that, it seems that everything's alright at the moment in time, and that conflict isn't to do with the last throes of the war that was going on. It's to do with pirates and what do we call it? Outlaw and lawful space? Yeah. Let's go with that. Alright, well, I've made my stuff. Still have a few things that I could sell from yesterday, but I'm just going to pop these into a freighter inventory so we can mentally I can move forward. I do have a couple of quantum processors. I do have 6 superconductors. So let's bring up 6 superconductors. And with those, what do I have? I do have circuit boards from yesterday. We'll mount them into quantum processors. That means we've got 8 of those, and we either need to make cryogenic chambers or portable reactors. Cryogenic chambers need cryopumps and living glass. And this is my stock that I don't want to affect. Thermic condensate and hot ice make cryopumps. Here we need liquid explosion and fused accelerants. We don't have any fused accelerants. That's organic catalyst and nitrogen salt. So what we need to be seeing is, I don't have any organic catalyst right now. I do have thermic condensate? No, I don't. What's my condensed carbon level? Five, 6. And what's in the junk drawer? I've got 1 cube of that. Oh look, I do have void modes. Let's take half of those void modes out and put them here. Swap those over. That's better. I did buy these from the Quicksilver vendor because I hadn't tried it before, so I thought it was a physical thing, but no, it's not. It's a cartographic thing. But we'll maybe have a look at that. Deploy the myth beacon. Deploy the myth beacon. What a silly thing. Okay. Now just moving things around. So to make some thermic condensate, we'll take sulfur and condensed carbon. To make some organic catalyst, we'll take thermic condensate and enriched carbon. And I do have that, but the way of making organic catalyst, yeah. Well, sulfurine and condensed carbon, I think we've got lots of sulfurine. Dreadful. To make this hot ice and thermic condensate, thermic condensate, that's what I want to make. Right, okay. So thermic condensate. I'll make 6 of those. And with 6 of those, I can then combine that. Well, I'm gonna make 3 more. Right. And now, with the hot ice, I can make cryo pumps. Nice. And then with living glass and cryo pumps, I can make cryogenic chambers. Yeah. And with cryogenic chambers, got 8. I can make stasis devices. I need some iridesite, we've got plenty of that. We'll make 8. Wonderful, and I can put that cryogenic chamber away here. And that gives me some things to sell. Brilliant. I am going to pick up my morning carbon. Well, that was interesting. It was triggering both. I say interesting. Ooh. Alright, okay. That's the planter I put in here yesterday. They look nice. Pick up those. I might as well do the cell extractor core. Oh, they can last a little bit longer. Let's have a look at what local prices are like. I should file a few things away. That can go into storage. Ooh, got plenty of liquid explosives. Yeah. And I do have a little bit of. I kind of want to keep these organic catalysts because of the There are some buildings in the settlement that want it. Yeah, so I'm going to keep... I'll definitely sell the living glass. Null ducts, sure, whatever. Stasis devices. And the reason I'm look at this is where my units are at. I'm about 400 million units short of unit cap. So a couple of days, or was it yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, I spent 400 million units on an upgrade slot for my multi-tool, which is a ridiculous amount of money to pay for an upgrade slot. But because we have a unit cap, we can only earn up to a certain amount of units. It means that I can basically spooge all that money away. I need... Oh, that's another thing I need. I need life support gel. Or do I just live off oxygen? Are they selling life support gel here? It seems to be a fairly common thing, but no. Let's have a look at well, that's an interesting price to be offered nip butts. Why is that so low? Where are we? We're in a pirate system, and that's why. Lim glass is 0.8 down. Neural ducts, I can sell that. 3% for the stasis devices. Yeah, that's fine. See, all of that little production is worth 128 million. So that's much better, much healthier. We want to move out of this system to sell those, and that's fine. I don't need to move the ship to do that. I'm going to go to other economies. How much living glass do I have? I've got 15. I think it's worthwhile just nipping over to... Oh, I can't, because I'm in pirate space and I can't jump to lawful space. But I can if I go via my settlements. Which we will go to. I'm really want to get this autophage settlement into a place of profit, making stuff. But it's been hard. Here's the terminal. We're still 100,000 units apart on maintenance versus productivity. Really need to get some of these settlement features removed. See, look, only 20 here. Let's see what the visitor brings. Pioneer Thap. Ask if we hear the song that has led them here. They have seen the stars and the abyss. Now share the words of these extremes. Violence creates violence. For their service asked for a small token, a mere trifle. Alright, we're going to heed the warning. Ooh. And we get a new feature. We get blessed by the aerons, which improves happiness. That's good. Happier people, I think, produce better, or are better at producing goods. But we still have a massive debt to clear. There should be, it's not here, a building ready for updating. The bioshield goes to B class. Wonderful. Happiness improved. I have room for one more citizen. And productivity is increased by 20,000. Anything to maintenance? Now, does that help? Where's the every time I go to the wrong corner, the status. No, doesn't seem to. %13% productivity improvements. Okay. So we've got details on actual people. Okay. Let's see if I can get a nice. Oh, there's my office. I've got a feeling I've done all the buildings up to sleep pod, substantial housing around sleep pod, advanced living unit, advanced sleep pod, large habitation unit. So they're all living quarters, luxury habitation, bioshed, automated warehouse, palatial unit, another autonomous nutrition. So we've just got 3 buildings of production. And we're still C class. This is a B class building. 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 Yep. This is a B class building. Yes. This B class. What about the well, maybe I don't have a landing pad yet. B class. The major substantial housing. Back to B class. Where's the little board? Yeah. That's B class. Would like to talk to this autophage. We don't know this autophage. Also B class. I think we just checked this one. This is the substantial building, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, automated warehouse is A class. Alright. I'm going to carry on pushing up the production link buildings, because that's what we really need to get better rather than housing. We've got lots of housing now. So, do I have 3 organic catalysts? I don't, I've got 2. So we have the warehouse here. No. That one. We've got automated autonomous nutrition. Let's tag that. Find up to that one. The nutrition module is B. That requires organic catalyst. This is A. This is the warehouse. And we've got mostly housing. I hadn't noticed that. Luxury habitation, bioshed. Let's have a look at that one. And that also needs organic catalyst. Where is there's that. I definitely want to go get that. And that. What there was, which I can't see now, was a... No, it's one of those red crystal things. Maybe I was wrong. Looking at it from over here, one of the icons wasn't the same as the other icons. Which I can't see now. How bizarre. It said autophage terminal. And it's vanished. My office. Nutrition. Palatial. Bioshed. Luxury habitation. Automated warehouse. Advanced habitation, sleep pod, advanced living unit, advanced sleep pod, substantial housing. It's gone. It was definitely there. Alright. Well, I'm going to I've got to set something up, so I might as well upgrade the housing unit. I don't have 3. Do I? I do. Good. Right, so that can go up to A class. And it will affect productivity. That's good. It will take an hour. As I'm here, I'm going to take this opportunity to go and pick up those very technology modules, because I'm trying to amass the right on it. There's that one. Oh, I haven't even scanned the animals. Very unlike me. Where'd it go? There's another one.
Units received. Units received.
Alright, so that's up there. Let's see if I can... There we go. Good, got that. Well, I might as well go there. Pick that up as well. Oops, there we go. Oh. Wow. 3 of 3, how pretty. Well, I'm probably going to do something incredibly irresponsible here.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
And introduce Bindelle. No, pressing all the wrong buttons, looking in all the wrong places. So here, My creature companion register. I'm going to dismiss Bindelle. Great service, but I'm going to return you to. And then. Simia, Simia, come here, come here. Let me gently pat you. And give you a treat. There we go. There we go. Maybe that is very irresponsible of me as a zoologist. But this one's slightly prettier. Poor Bindelle. Now, I did note as I was running around here, I couldn't see any autophagy, which in itself is, I think, a bug at the moment. In the current build of No Man's Sky. Oh, it's considered within the limits. I can get at it without mining it. Are there any others around? There is. There's one there, two there. Well, I'm going to get those as well. This is not a distraction. Not squirrel, this is genuine need. How did that change to flatten? I do think the lava texture on this ground is very nice. Where are you? There was one nearby. Yeah? 216? Maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm being led away from my settlement. Okay. We'll head back towards OooadOOewfield. not actually heading back towards my settlement, I know. I'm just heading off in random directions. Anything more I can purloin on the way? There is one there. I still haven't come up with a good name for this settlement yet. I do think it is slightly culturally insensitive for me. To want to change the name of this settlement from its autophage name to something that I can understand. Nice. So let's have another look around, see if we can actually see anybody. And where did the there it is. Why couldn't I see that? The autophage synthesis terminal. Huh. And I did check my Ford, I definitely did buy a cloak. And it's gone. Which is quite annoying. See, look. My Wanderer's cloak that says it's already owned, I can't actually put on. That might be a bug as well. So, are we seeing anybody here? Can't see anybody. We can go into some buildings. Maybe they're all hanging in buildings, but I very much doubt it. We think about the amount of people traffic that goes on in settlements normally. Normally they're hustling and bustling around the place, but the autophage seems rather absent. Maybe that's the problem. And they're all hiding in there. Various residencies. Right. Let's nip over to The only autophage we can see is the one here. And this doesn't seem to be... I remember when I saw the artwork for this, I thought, this is interesting. They've got this guy in the middle, but in the... what's the word? The promotional materials for beacons, they didn't see any way of interacting with them. Because they seem to be the real. Why doesn't that work? Let's move over here. Now, I was hoping there would be autophage to wander around so we could have a chat with them, because I think 20 residents is a lot more manageable than what Dalanta's Crossing is reporting to me. That's 109. They've got 100. According to the information, there are 109 residents in Dalanta's Crossing. I don't think we can see them all. Some are being hidden. The status, yeah, this is much better. We've got productivity over maintenance. Very positive. Maybe I should, before I move on. Oh. Now, I was doing a silo. She's now ready to open. I want to clock in my head what's the status right now. Alright, I'm going to take a picture because it will last longer, obviously. $761 roughly in my head. We've got 764 101 and 566 561. I know you can't see that, that's me looking at it. Maintenance. And it's about 94,000. Seven six 64101 minus 566561. So yeah, our productivity is 197,540. Positive, therefore they can produce. Okay, Connecting Tower. That was its B class status. Maybe I should have taken a photograph of that. We have room for one more citizen. We're going to go. We haven't started that bit, the talking to everybody, but we're going to do that. So right. where productivity has, let's have a look at the figures again. Productivity has gone up from 764,101 to 781,531. Happiness remain the same. Maintenance cost 566,561 is remain the same as well. Population is the same, 109, and Sentinel at alert level. So good, the production is increasing. An A-class silo is no less expensive to maintain. And again, I'm just going to take a new picture of this. Before I start having a look at what the decision maker is. So, blessed by the deep, our scientists recognize the great blessing bestowed upon the settlement by the deep, but fear this attitude is not shared by the citizens. They call upon it to show its power and will follow your lead in the meditations. I'm becoming a religious leader here. The settlement reserves is a new metric that I'm unaware of, and it doesn't actually show up on the information. We have productivity, we have maintenance, we can have debt. Obviously, happiness is a metric which is very visible. I don't know. This is a real... Yeah, I mean, let's push that up. Let's push it. Pray for happiness. So is this linked to this? I think it is. Look, so these settlement features now have propositions built within them. So that's a new part of the settlement features. If you take on this settlement feature, you will have to maintain it. That's interesting. I mean, all my settlement features are positive, but I have taken on some religious aspects to this. Now let's have a look at this. Does this have anything to do with debt? Or... No, I think we're fine. Let's go back and let's give them 4% happiness increase. I pray for happiness. Oh, happiness. Oh, look, you're happier. I can prove that you're 4% happiness. Can I? Gra. Well, I call bullshit. It was 61% happiness before I did that, and now it is 63% happiness, which I don't know about you, but in the maths that I use, that's only a 2% happiness increase. And it said 4. Ooh, the lies they tell. Alright, so we open the silo. I think all of my production buildings. Let's go to the top of the silo so we can have a look around. This is still happening. Guys, I'm pretty sure this is a... Yeah. Whoa! Whoa. A weird thing that happens behind the silo. These guys get together and merge. Gra, 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 gra. There's what? At least 4 of them there. Alright. Let's move on. So this now has a different function. The silo has a different thing you can do on top of it. I mean, yeah, I could have used the jetpack. Don't judge me. Don't you judge me. And we can scan for planetary buildings? What is that? Okay. Did you see that nice sail ship coming in? This is a squirrel. Hey, Officer Ada. Welcome to the London's Crossing. I'm the local NPC here. Trade priest is warrior ancestors, I'm sure. Now, let's talk about your ship here, mate. It's a B-class sail ship. That's kind of nice. How much? How much are you looking for this ship? 6.4. I'm definitely not trading it. I'll buy. Because I like that. I presume my other ship is over here. I now own 2 ships and landing pads. Alright. Again, that was a squirrel. Fully admitted. And this is the Viking settlement. I've always got on well with the Viking. It still surprises me. I thought I'd get on well with the Korvax, but... And we did do that. And that isn't... What's it say? It's an A-class planetary building. Navigation data, I mean, it's nice that you can do it, but I seem to pick up so much navigation data just by walking about, just by breathing. I don't really need a way of doing it, but if I ever run low, I know it's there. Shall we go and see what that is first? Let's find something to upgrade. I would like to upgrade the fishing pool, fishing pool, which is B class at the moment. Fishing pond. My apologies. Because that's I think the only structure now which is B class. I think everything else is A class. The landing pad's A class. Not sure about my office. The trade terminal is A class. The other landing pad is A class. You can see it over there. That building here, which is the Technopod, is A class. The terrarium or the hydroponics bay is A class. What else have we got showing its class? I see you, baby. Showing your class. There should be a hydroponics bay. There, that's A class as well. So the only building that's showing its class, which isn't A class, is the paddling pool, the fishing pond, and that requires. Let's have a look at it. It's some form of bait, I believe. I could have jumped off. This is kind of spicy chum. What the deuce is spicy chum? Can I make it? Is the first. There it is. There's spicy chum, and it requires mordite, phosphorus, and dihydrogen. Well, let's do that. Let's go back to Dalanta's Crossing, pick up some phosphorus. Wrong button. This is the one. And make some spicy chum for the fishing pond. That's kind of weird, it has a fishing pond, but it does. And it does boost creativity. Not creativity, productivity. Which is a good thing. So, freighter, planetary gases is the one I want. Do I have spicy chum in here? I don't think so. No. I presume it's. I'll take half out. Weirdly, this view, the all products view of craft, orders things that you've made in the order that you've most recently made. The last thing I made was a stasis device. The last thing I made before that was a cryochambers. That's how it's structured. And I've definitely made everything up until here. But I'm not sure I've made any of these things. So, apparently you can only make them in multiples of 30. That's fine, because I only need 3. Put the phosphorus back. So you can go down here. And let's go back to the settlement, Dalanta's Crossing. I'll have some more banana. And I do try to eat off screen. I'm aware it's not a done thing to eat or be seen eating on screen. But Just because it's the phallic nature of a banana, but that's just me. Don't worry about me. My brain's in a weird place. You know what it is. Okay, so we're back at the Dalanta crossing. Let's nip out. I'm just going to quick check on my office to see. Oh, it's already A class. Right. And that's going to take how long? 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Now, last time I joined in, I think I tried to change the music and it didn't go down well with. Everybody got kind of embarrassed. Really? I didn't put that there. Why is that there? Let's dance. That's not what I want. Yeah. Yeah. So, come here often, Jan? How's it going? I wasn't asking for a report, just chilling. Hi, Jan. Maybe you should get your shell sorted out? I don't know, it's looking a bit... See, I've ruined the vibe again. Everyone stopped dancing. Yeah, you're more than welcome to take some time off, mate. I don't have a problem with that. Alright, okay, they're getting back into it. That's a name I remember. Liquidator Gen. Citizen Cheeky Aim. I believe we've met before. How you doing, Gaga? This is a good way of getting to know people, isn't it? Recruit Angseo. God, Diang. Well, it's hopping here tonight. Alright, I'm going to move away. This is good old Liquidator Jen. Ojan. Diang. Kind of moving around. Kian Den. Ojan there again. Gegging. Why are you sitting on the... Why are you doing that? Why are you sitting on... Don't do that. It's a nutrient pressure. You washed your... Anyway. Ingsu. Jigami, we've spoken... Well, not spoken to. That one. Colonist. Oikang. Planning a joke. I can't wait. I think that's everybody here. Oh no, God. Diang, yeah, okay. Alright. I'm going to try and spend some time. Let me just change back to third person view because I find this weird. See, look, that's from my gag. Well, my gag, I can't say that. Really? Resident artist at Fimley? Is that the actual resident artist? Because these tower guys, this goes on. I think there are 4. I mean, they're feeling special. And don't do, no, not another one. Oh, come on. Oh, that's not right. Yeah. Colonist, scout, resident, warrior. Colonist, scout, resident, scout. Resident, colonist, warrior. So I think, yeah, there are 5 of them here. This is Oikang, yes. Ajan, Resource Hunter, Pioneer, Gagying, I think we already met. Drill Warrior, Ion Gear. Citizen Chigimi, yes, we've met. Construct Kaiden, we've met. Patrol Officer Abnamili. Anybody else on the outskirts? No. Well, this is the living quarters. There's nobody in at the moment, which is fine. I just burst in, but you know. There is a second floor. They seem to be very good at living without beds. Again, nobody here. And I don't think this is particularly tied to Viking architecture, but they don't like stairs in the inside. They would rather have stairs on the outside. Who's that? God Zengti, how are they? Good. See, there's the outside stairs. I mean, the weather's here is delightful on isn't it? No, can't see anybody else around. Machinist Noose saw them just through there a second ago. They're at work. How you doing? How you doing, mate? You alright? Greeting, honourable hunters. Gra gra, gra gra. Yeah. I must get you a copy of Roadside Picnic. I think you'd really like it. I know, don't worry, I know communication is your strong suit, but my library is your library. Nice. Gawking. Extractor Shy Share. Anybody in here? The hydroponics bay? Nope. Nobody in there. Construct Kaiden, yes, we spoke. Nobody here. So who else? That looks like I mean, I can tell it's empty because it's got that very distinctive armour. How are you? No, no one here. Hello. No. Do you mind? Don't attack my residence. Can't see any. Oh, well, there you go. Settler Tiangi. You idle away, mate. Idle away your hours. We're making good stuff. We're all good. Anyone upstairs? Doesn't look like it. Oikang. Resource Hunter Roneshima. Hello. How are you? You have the freedom to kill. I would, yeah. I grant that to you. Oh, were you being honest about that? Were you being honest about that? Oh, now you look sheepish. And maybe some deodorant, mate. Noteworthy abilities, getting out of bed. That's alright. Thank you. This is the Omni processing plant. Nobody here, maybe upstairs. Haven't spotted anybody upstairs. Then they do go upstairs. I bring that up because when we do this wander through of the freighter, I believe there are places that the freighters, they won't go. And I would like them to go. The terrarium unit, no one in here. No. More people over here by the landing pad. Mineral Scout. Is it Chelsea? No, Kenzo. Shikimi wandering about. A reactor chamber? I don't remember that. Okay, I remember this one. Doesn't contribute anything to happiness. It's worth 16.55 in productivity and it employs one person. But I think that's the next feature. So this is out by this landing pad. Hey, how are you, mate? You alright? Forgive me. My intensity is strong, thank you. Thank you. And tactfulness, I thought you were kind of very tactful there, actually. And your value of body parts is abysmal, so you're not very good at judging how much a heart is worth, for instance. Okay. And 52% happiness, nice. So I can... interesting. These now act as a spaceship upgrade. What's that? Holy SME. Kenzu? Yep. In the palatial unit. I mean, maybe they're suggesting that they sleep on these rugs. I don't know. Let's go upstairs. No, nobody up here. Anyone at the trade terminal? He's here. Ooh. Technology merchant Raku. How are you? I haven't seen you for 3 or 4 days. Gra, honourable Viking, Wiccan's pathetic coward. Oh. You say the nicest things. Now, are they a citizen? That's the question. And do you have life support gel? No, but you do have salva data. I'll buy that off you.
Product received.
I'll buy the nitrogen salt as
Product
well.
received.
And the semiconductors. Only one.
Product received.
I think everything else is, well, wiring looms.
Product received.
Always need wiring looms. I think the rest I'm alright for. And I'm guessing your blueprints are fairly standard. Yeah, I know them all. Thank you very much, Raku. Good to see you again. I'm pretty sure this only gets started by one person, and that's them. But the last 2 or 3 days I've looked for somebody there, and they haven't been there. That's Kaiden. That is Diang. I think one of the things I'm going to look at is Mineral Scout. Stop running, Genzu. Obviously, people who land on the pad are visitors. I'm gonna drill warrior iron gear. Yes, we've spoken. Scout bed. What? Oh, this isn't scout bed. This is resource hunter running a Simia. I totally agree. You did already tell me that. This is scout bed. What's up, man? Anticipation very high, aesthetic sensibility abysmal. And you can whistle. And you seem happy. Citizen badge. Good. Noteworthy abilities, nothing in particular. That's Beb. Zengti. Now, I'm pretty sure that there is at least one Corvex in here, if not two. I'm pretty sure I've dealt with issues, but I can't see any at all. But I do think this is going to take a few passes. Noose. Alright, this is going to take, what, another few minutes? because that's been 32 seconds, and I might as well wait, do that. Then we'll nip over to the small building by the landing pad. And whenever you're ready, Fishing Pond, I'm just excited to open. That's badge. There we go. Nice. I mean, that's going to scare the fish, but he was new, was he? Hurt. Yeah. Alright. I think today's pass through of the settlement is complete. I am going to put... Just stay on the... Yeah, you just stay there. Ambush. There's always Hunter Arongyam, yes. Wondering what else everybody else is thinking. Just good thoughts about me. Let's have a look at your settlement. Invisible intelligence, poor sport, well, strong animal affinity, nice. Hazmat filters, nice. And wiring diagrams. Is there anything else to do on the other settlement before I move over? Well, I'm going to have a quick look at the status to see where we're at. Happiness has increased to 65 now. Maintenance looks like the same. And the productivity 781531 previously. Yeah, so it's the same, 781531. I don't think the fishing pond did anything. Possibly boost happiness. We want to go over to, it said we wanted to go to the other landing pad. Is it this building? Well, this distribution hub is B class. It wants some metal cogs, so we'll do that. That will take probably 20 minutes for such a small building, yes. There's also this one over here, which is the reactor chamber. And that probably needs cogs as well, but we can do that when we get back. That is I think an atomic generator. There are 3. These small buildings. And that's B class, so that needs to go up as well. Alright, let's take I tell you what, I think my other ship has now nipped away, yes it has, into my landing bay. Before I do that, I just need to make sure that the A-class, didn't mean to do that, my apologies. I want to make sure that And that is tagged. I love it when you can skim, using the pulse engine to travel round the ionosphere or troposphere above the carbon line of the atmosphere of the planet. Because normally you can't use your pulse engine near a planet, but in those particular circumstances you can. So this is Mon Tom's hand, which is looks like a basic. This is B class, so I don't know about where A class comes from. I'll compare and claim. There is a oh yeah, of course you can. Come here. Don't have a swipe. It's the one thing that this planet has got to its detriment is that there's like 2 or 3 aggressive fauna. This vessel crashed long ago, containing only a few data logs, uncorrupted by time and decay. They reveal that the ship once belonged to a traveller, a devotee of some ancient religion. At the time of the ship's crash, they whispered of eldritch light, of the crimson that deceived. Let's scan the anomaly. I scan the ship, and Exosuit begins to spit out warnings claiming that I am at risk of imminent non-existence. I find something, an object caught between worlds. I pull at it, and my Exosuit gets damaged, thank you very much, and that's it. That's what I get. Fine. Well, I was playing with it. Yeah. I think we'll scrap this. Well, before I take off, let me just... Before I go... I want to have a quick scan around for buried technology modules, because this is what I'm interested in right now. No need to dig that one up. The best way, I think, of dealing with aggressive creatures like this guy is just to feed them. Nice. Anything else around here? There's one there. A couple more. Weather's lovely here. No storms. I'll say it's just the predatorial creatures were a negative. It's slightly disappointing that we've lost so much of the bioluminescence which attracted me to this planet in the first place. Do you mind switching that? There we go. Another one. I feel I did go that way, but can't see any others. Oh, there's one there. That will probably go out of range. I'm going to go this way. Nice. So if anyone's wondering why I'm digging up these, they allow me to buy blueprints, construction blueprints, which I am sorely lacking in. I probably need in excess of 100 to before I go back to always want to improve my knowledge. And how are we getting on with the that collection at 50? Getting better. Should we try this? Um, did that do anything? I don't think it did. There's another one. Let's go there. Oh. Yeah. But apart from the predators, great planet. All right. There's ow. Definitely going to have to make some more creature pellets at this rate. Another one just there, 360. Let's have a look at where are my creature pellets at. It's just carbon that you use. Yeah, just carbon, which is something not only do I have abundance of, I also have production. Ooh, I like these. They seem to, it might just be my imagination, but they seem to offer a good return. Whatever element they are holding. Outcrops seem to be a lot more grime and product. These, on the other hand, seem to be quite plentiful. Lovely. Well. Ow. Don't need to bite me. Really? Just repeat. There's one there. I think there's some just a mountain. These guys. Ow! I do not fancy going over the top. I will go round. But it appears to be on the mountain rather than on the other side of it. Don't fall. Oh. I feel I might be on a hiding to nothing on this one. Okay. Thank you. So we now have 65. And trust me, I'm going to use them. Oh, I can't. I'm far too away from my ship to do that. Which is, how far have I travelled from my ship? 6-minute walk. Another one over there. Fishstone, pick that up. And go away. Wow. You don't scan them when they attack me, do you? No. Alright, let's do one more. Train is getting tricky. I don't want to head into that unknown building. It's a trade terminal. Cool. You will bring my ship to me, for I am the lady. We'll head back to my settlement. Look at that. Superb skin. Uh-oh. Yeah. Not ideal. Over here it is. Wireless distribution hub. We open that. I think that's two Gek, who are the resident artists. Well, they want chlorine, was that? Yeah, 150 chlorine for the next stage. So I think all three of these can get graded. This is a B class. That also needs metal cogs. We have a citizen's request. Okay, I worry about expeditions, missions. Adventurous-minded citizens have proposed an expedition with Recruit Zhong. I presume this is Recruit Zhong before me, as their leader. They have heard some rumours of strange whispering eggs to be found in the world. I definitely do not agree with this. Beyond the settlement, they think it's important to acquire and study these eggs. I deny the request, I'm sorry. Last time when you did that, they died. It doesn't affect anything by saying no, which is good. Let's have a look at the other settlement. Let's nip over there. It doesn't say I'm needed, but... Oh, there is a settlement request. And we'll have a wander about. As I say, I do think there is a bug around autophage settlements, so you can't see the autophages themselves. Maybe I should scan. This is still happening. It doesn't always happen. There's the autophage. Settler Aldana. This settlement was built by autophage hands. Do we require pre-built overseer? Current satisfaction level is 25%. You don't, to be honest, Settler Aldana. You don't require a pre-built entity overseer. But you asked me to do it. Okay, so that's upgraded the housing unit to A class. So that's the first settler we've seen. Organic catalyst. Do I have them? Did I make some more? Don't think I did. I'd need to go back to I can do this. That's going to take probably 2 hours. Oh, who's that? Settler Tome. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, please. You begin to see my work. That's fine. I don't mind you cleaning this. Yeah, it's fine. Thank you. Settlement machine is Hollock. Nice. Let's see his details. God, considering he has an abysmal friendliness, he's been very nice. Engineer Constructor Luhov. Thank you. What we have built here is Zibawo. I don't know what Zibawo is. It's exceptional, important, critical, fun, orange. excellent work ethic, brainwave strength high, spreads laughter. I know you're the exactly sort of person I want in this settlement. So is it not a bug? What is that? This settlement is something, Overseer. We need something stop construction. I don't understand, but two, is it we need to stop construction? We've already said loads out and down there. Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, I did note that my heat shielding is just
Technology recharge.
died.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
They settle at acing. It's a shame I can't use these interactions to improve my language. That's Scout Din. This is Aldana. Let's try to have a chat with Scout Din. Hello, everything. Yeah, 1/4% happy. That's Tomei. I feel a little bit foolish. Engineering construct Luho. We have spoken, right? Today? Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you're my contribution. It's special. T Scrapper, we have not met. How are you? At least your probe awareness is very high. Definitely need people like you. I think that might be it. Oh, excuse me. Definitely around lunchtime for me. Alright, I'm going to do... Who's that? Opener up. Tirang.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Count in. Trying. Okay. we're going to take that as our sign to leave. As the weather's going to improve, not going to improve. And if I can remember where my office is. Let's look off. You hunker down. These storms are atrocious. And their status is, well, it's getting better. That seems much closer. Still got 24. That's fine. Happiness. So I will continue to work on those issues. Just check in. That's fine. I will move over to Antler Mama. And I'm going to try to do the same thing. I'm going to run around. And I'm also going to explain why I won't do everywhere. Because I believe, and I don't know if this is true, but unless there is technology for my staff to interact with, they will not go into areas where they're not needed. And by that, I mean, we'll start here at the front on the bridge, and I think there are 5 staff here on the bridge. There's this guy, Analyst Entity Oziorm. I know that person changes. Every time I use this lift, I think I see a different name. But well, not Grant, but this callbacks is lost in themselves.
But nurse is coming soon.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Their mask blinking as they merge their consciousness without the ship. They seem fulfilled by their occupation. Thank you. No problem. This is she, Buccaneer Entity She, who's the captain. He's the captain now, and he always has been.
Sorry.
That's okay. Then we have Operator Entity Evaisk. So that's 1, 2, 3 on this level. I don't think there's any more on this level. There's one above here. This is Scholar Entity Naib. How are you? Commander Entity build more plants in Freighter? Question? Yes, I can do that. Leave that with me. Going forward, we'll definitely put some plants in. I don't think there's anybody else up here on the top deck. No, that's naive again. Naive. The navigator is, this is a Korvax pirate freighter, and they're always Korvax, but every time I jump to a different star system, I believe they change. We could. Oh, I can wander through that. Alright, that's Octroi. If I should, can we say that name again? Evautsk. Alright, let's move on. Now we do occasionally get staff around these two pieces of technology. Definitely get lots of staff in the flight control room. The squadron pilots, this is Hidoi. Sorry. Oh, Why isn't your board popping up? It's not. That's weird. But I've got 4 squadron pilots, and they're normally hanging around here. That's what? What? Oh my god! This call is coming from inside the house. Hidoi. No, these guys aren't even talking to me. And then we have visiting staff. Warrior Luodin from Klaatabrata Nictu. Really? You're kidding me. Really? Right in? Very interesting. Gra, gra. Yeah. But they don't work for the ship. They work for Klaatabrata Nictu, which is one of my support vessels. So I don't necessarily count them as crew. Systems operator is any. This crew member's facial light glows hot as they endeavour to process what they're seeing. Their cooling systems conversate audibly. Am I that affecting? My apologies. This guy in green, that's Luodin. Again, I think I just talked to you over there. So you might have walked. This is Enforcer Whoosh from X and Search of Space. And again, this is obviously Viking. So not crew. Hidoi we've not spoken to. There's a Gek here from Gru the Wanderer. The first lieutenant. Thank you. Anybody in the break room? No. And I think they don't come in the break room because there's, even though I've put all this ephemera around for them to interact with, this isn't what the NPCs are attracted to. They're attracted to pieces of technology, pieces of freighter technology. So even though I put this outside path in with a little bar and a pergola, they never come out here. That flag needs moving. Let's try moving the camera. What is going on with it? That seems broken as well, never mind. And now I've created these big rooms near the back of the ship. Partly to keep my fossils in. They never come up here. You'll never see one of my crew up here. It's possible if I put something here to maintain, and I use that term in, what do I say, loosely, they might come up here. But they need a reason to go there. There can be staff lurking around these because, again, this is freighter technology that requires maintenance. Same with the storage containers, that you'll see them occasionally huddle around here. Definitely around the processors here. Who's that? Maintenance technician Bosch. One of my favourites. He's a good guy, Bosch. Yeah. Maintenance technician Bosch seems discomforted by the surroundings, as though not entirely at ease with freighter living. Their eyes frequently drift over to fellow crewmen, and especially virile and imposing Viking. I can only guess at what their relationship might be. And when I mean guess, I mean write fan fiction about. That's General Hand Oiki. This Kovacs has lost themselves. The masts blinking as they merge their consciousness with that of the ship. They seem fulfilled in their occupation. That's fine. Did we speak to them earlier? I think the outfit... Oh no, they've got the same outfit on. This is Uluniski. Yeah. I wonder if it is the same Corvax. I've had that text, and I wonder if that is associated with this Corvax. I love the brown and yellow carapace casing. And you will see crew talking to the officers here. Here's his engineer, Noyoa. The Corvax is repeatedly scanning the cargo aboard this freighter, taking the inventory again and again. Perhaps this is their duty as a crew member, or perhaps the cargo is some personal meaning for them. Again, wearing the brown and yellow casing. My science officer, Evishov, my construction supervisor, Torgex Misha, are not crew. I don't classify them as crew. Same with Scout Dooku and Guard Nikki. These are specialists I have brought on board. And if I move their specialist terminals, these things, they move with them. So I consider them my personal entourage, let's call them. But they're not part of the crew here. But we do have not just Corvax crew, we definitely had a Viking crew. I wonder if we could find him again. That's Scott. That's Hidoi. I wonder if they will actually talk to me now. Nope, he's still not talking to me, Hidoi. But he's happy in the green space. So they will come in here. I presume they cross through here, though I'm guessing they do. He's getting around, isn't he? Do I have two conscript Hidois? That's... How do I prove that? That's a semi. For my squadron, we have Gardard, Zengti, Doin, and Engxiao. So no. Ergudard, Zengti, Doin, and Engxiao. All are Corvax. All are Viking, my apologies. Now, that leaves these guys on the deck. I'm not sure these are crew either. Physicist entity Zadureko. Engineer entity Zoyov. Research entity Pomodane. Oh, there's a couple more over here. Operator entity Obuzulu. Analyst entity Sem. Is there any more? I don't remember ever meeting one round here. There's a couple more over here on the scissor lift. 3 in fact. He's floating. We've got Analyst Entity PAL, Research Entity Neyang, and Code Entity Pachionov. Can't see any more. What about in the third bay? Nobody there in Nanny Bay 1. There's the ship I just brought in, which I'm going to
Shield down.
quickly deal with this.
Component repaired. Component repaired.
Let me have a quick look at my inventory. It's kind of... It's okay. It's alright at the moment. But I'm going to quickly take this over to the space station. I should be alright. To get there. I'm in the pirate system, so I shouldn't get any odd scans. And now we can sell this. I'm not selling the sail ship. I'm going to keep the sail ship because I'm thinking about scrapping those for salvage and building my own. We'll claim scrap. Sure. 1.29, fine. Nano cables, nice. I think these guys are always different. Board space station, not get involved in space station. Let's get through what ship did I get, mate? Okay. The staff of my freighter first, and then the settlements before moving on to something adventurous like. Space stations. I'm not even sure what I would be checking for. They obviously change. I don't think I've met anybody again in the space station who I've met before. I'm sure with repeated visits you would to the same one, but different ones always have different people in. Let's have a look at this. I bought this. Probably going to put it in storage straight away. Not liking the cockpit. I do like the wings though. B class. Woodsill, Pomodane, yeah, they seem like the ones we saw before. They haven't changed. Xander Echo. There's 3 over there. Two over there. Just transfixed by my new ship. I'm not sure about the fin with its notch, I'm not sure. Navigate is A. So if we were to jump just 1 star nearby, let's put ourselves in Emirat Nezen. It's abandoned. And here's my expectations. If I go there, there will be no flight crew. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys who we were just talking to, they won't be there because it's an abandoned system, and therefore you don't get any of the race that's associated with the system because there aren't any. Obviously still got Shri up here. Yep, he's a constant. Convergence entity Agnitske. I'm not sure you're the same, I'm not sure. I can't. Code entity Oske. Iske on the Oske. What are we talking about? And it's a different navigator. Navigator stuff, for sure. And this guy. Analyst entity Incar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go down to the landing bay and see if my theory holds any water. And it does. It does. There are no landing crew NPCs. Because the system is abandoned, you don't need them. If I now move the freighter to, let's find a life form, not white. This is Gek. Crew on the landing bay should be Gek. This is fascinating to me. Really is. It shouldn't take long to walk. It literally was next door. A different navigator, Kudoskov. And then this entity higher, Shri, obviously. A research entity Vorimkia. And up here we have entity Suturi. So you get a completely different bridge crew. I've got shorts on today and my cabled headphones are rubbing against my leggings. Tickly. So every time you jump to a new star system, you get a completely new bridge crew. Yeah, hiya. Now, with it being Gek, there are now Gek crew down here. Highly Ulon, Broker Haverkiki, Attendant Dalsfield, up in the civil lift, doing a miraculous job of floating is Director Tegulay, my apologies, Manager Lesback. And on this system here we have Prospector Koikelsbo, Resource Entity and Analyst. And up on the sizzler Highling Dorsey. I'm pretty sure they are also completely new each time. already checked you. You've got, yeah, Koloskov, you're a different navigator. This all stems from when I stayed in one star system for years. When I was building a small convoluted network. This is before I started streaming. And I would come onto the bridge, and every time I would send my frigates out for missions, it'd be the same navigator. And I was like, oh, you just don't get a break. You're always working. You should be somebody else. Then occasionally, maybe I'd get a different navigator. But it would return to the main navigator. Everybody over this line, the bridge, is common. There's Hidoi, who's not talking to me. No. Guard Buki from Anathem. And they're the visiting crew from the frigates. Hidoi again? I construct Hidoi. That's obviously a problem. Construct to go again. So we have three iterations of the same squadron pilot. That's spooky. Who's this? This is Salesgek Rastilau from Crew the Wanderer. The first lieutenant, you say? Yeah, you obviously have a clothing issue going on. Is nobody around there? Anyone in the green space apart from Anutla? No. Maintenance technician Bosch. I find him interesting because he's Viking, and this is a Korvax freighter, but he's crew. He's always around. He's been with me for years. Well, been with his freighter since I got it. How can you forget Bosch? Amazing guy. Alunsky. What else we got here? Engineer Rutsionoya. There's somebody else down here. General Handuki. Okay. Oiki. And then my specialists. Can't. There is a there's a machine that says enemy over there. That's Conscript Hidoi, and it is one of his many guises. And I didn't see anybody here after the Stealth Extractor cores. Talking of which, no, that's fine. Alright, so now let's try. I'm just going to go back down again. Here. Vertical drive. Before I do this, I'm going to put no Starship Archive. I'm going to put in PV9, no, is that? Yes, let's put PV9 into archive. I don't really need that. Good gag. I'm so glad about gag coming back. It's not coming back, it's a new iteration of gag, it's fine. These three guys are fine. I could put Freighter into archive. No need to keep them out really. I just like looking at them. So, right now we're in a GEC system. We know that because we have got GEC on the deck. GEC on the deck. Texas Omega. Oh, come on. Squirrel. Oh. But I think I'm going to take a break. There's some more stuff here I want to check out. I want to see whether if I move from one GEC system to another GEC system, does that change the GEC on the flight deck? Same with Corvette, same with Viking. I don't think there's a difference between the races at all, but we will check that out, and it won't take long to do. And I'm going to review the VOD and go through it and make note of all the names and see whether people come back. Because if do I have an endless supply of GEC on the ship to look after the landing bay? I've got no idea. So many questions, none of them are important. What's happening with my settlements? Right, let's just nip over to those. I think we maybe saw about 10 autophages in the autophage settlement, and I would say, I mean, this is me guessing, maybe 35 residents in Dalanta's Crossing, approximately. But I'll have the figures for you in due course when I spend time going through the data and creating the I say database, it's going to be a spreadsheet, and they are not the same things. By my cold dead hand. This upsets me. It's upset me for years that Excel has become a default data manipulation tool when it is a spreadsheet and shouldn't be used to contain data. I think Microsoft really did us data managers a disservice by pivoting Excel. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it, really. Hey, Ikyunk. As a data carrier, so CSVs are opened in Excel. People use XLSs or actual spreadsheets to hold data. They should have created a different product. They should have kept Excel away from data, in that identify personal individual record data, what a database is made of, and kept it as a glorified calculating data visualization tool for numbers. A massive disservice. You have no idea. There are so many things that your data can get corrupted by in Excel without you knowing about it. Especially around fields that are numerical in value, which aren't to be added up, such as identification numbers or telephone numbers. You don't add up telephone numbers, but Excel goes, oh, it's a number. So I'll reformat it as a number and think of it as a number. Databases don't do that. You have to tell them. Alright, so what's going on here? Anyway, enough of my rant. Settlement seems okay. There's no pending decisions. I do believe there's a building ready to well, I've definitely gone the wrong way out of the office. Aha! There we are. Let's open the reactor chamber. There you go. It doesn't contribute to happiness, but it increases in productivity, which is a good thing. I think we've done this one. There are 3 isolated buildings. The atomic generator we did just before. That's B, actually. Let's upgrade it. Yeah, in my mind I'd clocked 3 isolated buildings. Maybe this is the 3rd. The wireless distribution hub. That's A-class. Alright. I think that will mean that all the fabricators, all the buildings that are solely focused on production are A-class. I think. I'm not sure about all the settlement, the actual, the sleeping, the residences. I'm going to have to get that. I think that's the one that's still in range though, and I can't pick it up. Yeah, it's too far and I can't, this is within the remit of the, hi, ow, I think that was just cruel. Mineral Scout Ozobang. I might have seen them when they were doing that thing that they do around the back of the silo. How are you? The only way I could describe it is I believe it's some sort of interspecies cottage going on. He has an poor anticipation. That's a shame. Average to parasite susceptibility. Critical thinker. Nice. Assorted pamphlets and toxin and 67%. Looking for a circuit board. Looking for a circuit board. Circuit board. Looking for a circuit board. Circuit board. Sorry. Berber, I don't think we've met before. How are you? Greetings, Honourable Overseer. Yes. Communication 4, very high gluttony. I haven't done everybody's board, I can tell you that. Nobody's here by the landing bay. That's fine. So bang, liquidate Gen, definitely known Gen. No, definitely new. Drill Warrior Cogordori. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm not doing it for praise, I am doing it for praise. I'm desperately doing it for praise. Not very helpful, apparently. Stylishness, very has vivid dreams. Interesting note to make. And has some thermal paste and sleep aids. I don't know. What kind of sleep aids have you got? Yeah? Anything prescription? No. All right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't mean to bring it up, but it's fine. Jeez. I don't know. You work all day for these people. So I think we're there's no pending decisions. Settlements are good. This has still got an increasing debt, but we're still working on that. One day. Maybe the rate slowed down. That would be nice to see whether the rate is slowed down. It doesn't look like it's slowed down. It looks like it's increasing, but I took it on. It was 1.1 million and it's now 1.9 million. The population has increased, I think. Well, definitely the potential population is increased. Happiness was 1% when I took over and it's 29 now. So that's a metric I can take away and feel happy with. And even during this cycle, I've improved the productivity, not to the point where it's out making the maintenance yet. That's still going to take time, and I really need to replace these settlement features. It's appalling that the water is undrinkable. It is appalling that dancing is banned. It's poorly decorated. Yeah, I mean, come on. The constant static noise, I don't like that. There's many things here that I really want to address. Targeted by thieves, I'll give everybody a gun. Would I? If we had a, classic Western, bunch of outlaws on the edge of town continually coming in and raiding us, I probably would actually arm everybody. Wow, that surprised me even. Alright, I think that's what we're going to call it. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to stay here. No, I'm not. I'm going back to Antler, Mama. I'm going to send the frigates out. And take it on from there. I won't do that on stream. I'll do that off stream. But thank you very much for watching. If you watched to the end, you are a very special person indeed. Thank you for popping in, Antler Mama. That was lovely to see you. I hope the nurse's visit goes okay. What else? Yes, if you'd like what you see, please do like, subscribe, leave rude and nasty comments, or even pleasant ones. There is Discord. There is an Instagram. I'm trying to update those on a daily, but definitely Discord is updated on a daily basis. More than that. And I'm actually currently streaming twice a day when my personal schedule allows. Once around lunchtime in the UK and once in the evening in the UK around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And we'll be doing that tonight as well. Have I got anything else to say? No, I don't think so. Please come again. Please watch another video. Please engage in some way or other. But until we see each other again, please